What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be breaking down how much does Ninja make. Now, if you don't know Ninja, he's a video game streamer. He's on YouTube, but he mainly streams on a platform called Twitch, where people can subscribe to him, give him donations for money, and all kinds of different ways he can make money. Now, I'm going to be breaking down not just how much he makes from Twitch, but YouTube, his merchandise, and other things as well. Now, not every single thing in here is, okay, I'm 100% sure that's the right number, but there's a lot of stuff he's given away and told. And then just from doing other things on YouTube myself, having a decent sized channel and making money as well with it, I can kind of come to conclusions from knowing what I do and what other people do when it comes to ad revenue and different things like that. So let's just jump right into this. So on Twitch, there's 3 different types of subscriptions and they are monthly. So with Twitch, you can either have a $4.99, a $9.99, or a $24.99 subscription to a streamer. Now, normally the streamer, so Ninja, would get 50% of this. So each time he would get $2.50 for the $5 subscription. But because he is a partner and he's such a big streamer, now he has said this before, he gets 70% of it instead of 50. So he went and said he makes $3.50 per $5 sub. Now, right now, he has 186,000 subscribers. Now, it's not like YouTube, Twitch, you pay to be a subscriber and you get bonuses like emotes and different things like that. So I went, and now this is where the guesstimate comes in. I said 85% of his subscribers are on the $4.99 membership. I said 11% are on the $9.99, and then 4% are on the $24.99. Now, I tried to keep these on the conservative side, so I underestimate instead of overestimate. So we know how much he makes, the $3.50, the $7, or the $17.50. If you do the math, it comes out to $826,770 a month into his pocket just from subs on Twitch. Now, a lot of people are going to think these numbers seem really high, but you have to look at it in the math sense. You can't just say, wow, that's a lot of money. That can't be right. He makes a lot of money, and most people don't know how much is actually possible to make online. Now, next, you do have ad revenue from Twitch. Now, how I was able to figure this one out is you can go on Social Blade and you can type in someone's Twitch or YouTube and you can see how many views they get per month, per day. So right here, we can see his average, where is it? His average views is about 34 million views per month. Now on Twitch, the average CPM, again, his is going to be higher because he is a more popular channel, is normally between $1 and $3, $3.50. So I gave him a $2 one when realistically it's probably higher. So every 1,000 people watching, when he runs an ad, he gets $2 per 1,000 people. So if he gets 34 million views and he only runs one ad, which again is going to be lowball, he makes $68,000 for the month. Now that goes into the Twitch. Next, he has donations. Now, I know he gets well over $1,000, $2,000 a day in donations from people messaging him. If you don't know Twitch, that's kind of how you can talk with the streamer, especially if you have 100,000 people at a time in there, because he is the biggest streamer on Twitch. So I did a conservative estimate and said he makes $75,000 a month because I'd say $2,000, $3,000 a day on average. Plus he gets random influxes of crazy people. Some guy gave him, I think it was $70,000, $75,000 in one day. So that will obviously vary and it's hard to say definitely. So I said conservative, 75K a month from that. Now again, these are all monthly. Now the other way you can make money with Twitch is from game sales. So it's like an affiliate link almost, if you guys know what those are. So he has 3.5 million followers on Twitch. Now let's just say not even 1%. We'll say a third of 1% of people buy a game off of his channel from Twitch. So you have the option to, let's say, buy Fortnite from him. So I said a third of a percent. So tiny, not even 1%, a third of a percent will buy a game from him. So 10,500 people will buy a game per month off of his channel. Now the average price I just said was $50 because that's what Fortnite is. And that's the main thing he really streams. And then he gets 5% of the sale price. Now because he's bigger, he probably gets more of this, but I was not able to find any info. So 5% of $50 is $250. So he makes $26,000 off of game sales. So it's pretty much just being an affiliate. So just under $1 million a month from Twitch in general. Now that's one source of income. Next, we have his YouTube. Now, if we look at his YouTube right here, you can see Again, he's growing exponentially. These numbers won't stay at this forever. He will slow down and it will stop growing as much, but it still make a lot of money. So we can see his average video views over the last 30 days right here, 120 million. Now on YouTube, the average CPM is $1.50 to $3. Depending on the niche, it varies a ton. Mine is about $10 per 1,000 views I get paid on YouTube. If you're in the comedy niche, it's like 50 cents a dollar. So niche is very dependent on YouTube ad revenue. So if he gets 120 million views per month and his CPM is $2, again, on the very low side, gaming is normally $3 to $4 on average. I gave him $2. That is $240,000 from ad revenue just on YouTube alone. Now next, he has merchandise. He pushes this on YouTube, on Twitch, pretty much all of his social medias. Now this is a hard one to definitively say. This was probably the most guesstimated. So you guys can decide if you think this is right or wrong. So he has 5 million followers on YouTube. And I said 0.5% of them will buy some sort of merchandise. So less than 1%, again, 0.5%. And so that's 25,000 people will purchase from him. And the main thing he sells is he has t-shirts, hoodies, other little things as well. So I said the average price is $20, $25 on there. And his profit per item is about $10. Again, on average throughout the entire store he has. So if he's getting 25,000 people to buy, average $10 profit, he's making $250,000 a month just from that. Now next, again, no way of knowing this one exactly, is sponsorships. Now, he is sponsored by Bud Light. He is still sponsored by Luminosity, just not, he doesn't push them as hard as he used to, but they're still there. And you guys got to think, you're looking at, you're like, okay, 15,000 and 10,000, that's a lot of money to be sponsored. Well, he has 120 million views. Imagine the amount of money companies sponsoring him would make doing that. So I think these are low balls. Again, I think this is up in the 30 range and this is probably around 10 to 15, but there's no way of knowing for sure. So I said this is his money per month he gets from them, as well as free stuff and probably higher end affiliate links if he's associated with them that much. So lastly, we have affiliate links. So he has things like Scuff, DX Racer, chairs, any products on Amazon, and he gets affiliate commission for that. Now, Amazon commissions are tiny. It's usually 3 to 6% of the sale price, which is not a lot. Scuff, I think his is like 5%, but he might get more. DX Racer, I don't know. So I averaged it out on the low end, and I said 5,000 people will click that and buy something through that link per month. Again, remember, he has 3.5 million followers on Twitch. And I said he gets paid an average of $3 per sale. Again, very low ball. So that comes out to about 15,000 a month. So in total, guesstimated, smart guesstimated. Monthly, I think Ninja's pulling in around 1 to 2 million. I think higher than what I guesstimated. Again, this is right now. This isn't going to be consistent every month. He's been blowing up the last couple months. He had Drake on his stream, a couple other people. So 1.5 million a month or 18 million a year if he stays at this rate, which I don't think is maintainable how fast he's growing, but he'll still be making a ton of money, well over, I'd say 300,000 to 500,000 for the rest of his streaming and YouTube career because he's already so big if he stays relevant with the game. So there's a lot of money to be made. Yes, he is the biggest streamer on Twitch. He has an insanely big YouTube channel and people love him right now, and he's growing very quick, which is why these numbers are so high. They won't stay there for over a year. I think it'll start to slow down in a month or two. Could be wrong though. So nothing but waiting to see. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you think my numbers are off or if he's verified something and I got it wrong on here, let me know. I just did the best with knowing, with making money on YouTube, on Twitch, and kind of merchandise, and knowing other people who do this and how much they actually make, and kind of put it into here so you guys could get a good idea what is actually possible, because $1 million a month, still insane. So hope you enjoyed. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video.